Scotland is famous for its pub culture, attracting millions of tourists from around the world every year. In today's video, we will be visiting 10 iconic pubs in Scotland's largest city, Glasgow. Can we visit 10 pubs in a single day? I have lived in Scotland for almost 4 years, and I consider myself to be a local. However, I have never been on a pub crawl here in the city, which you might find a little bit surprising because in most of our videos, we have been to bars or having a drink. We'll be doing a pub crawl today, and we'll be going to 10 iconic pubs in Glasgow in a single day. Stay tuned to the end of the video where we will be visiting an extra pub which we consider to be our favourite one. We will be rating all pubs on 3 criteria. The first one being the atmosphere, second one selection of drinks and food if that's available, and the third one will be the price. The first pub will be the Ben Nevis Bar. We have arrived just after 12:30 at the Ben Nevis pub, and we're waiting in front of closed doors. This time it was not my fault. And on Google Maps it actually said it opens at 12:30, but it seems like we're not the only ones waiting. So I think, I don't know, maybe they're just opening a little bit later today.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just to annoy you.
Just to annoy me, exactly. We'll be waiting until 1, otherwise we'll just head off to the next pub, I guess. Not a great start, is it? It kind of feels wrong to only get a half pint of cider.
Yeah. But we'd be dead otherwise.
Exactly. We're drinking responsibly. Cheers.
Nice?
So we're having Hogan's cider.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that
No.
before? It actually was established in 1884 and then it was closed for quite a few years. And in 1999 the bar was refurbished and it still has like this old rustic but really Wildcard touch, and that's why it's, I think, so famous as well. What did you think?
Yeah, it was nice. I think, like, obviously there wasn't much of an atmosphere just because we were literally the first people in there.
Exactly, yeah.
And we were waiting to get in because it opened a bit later than most pubs do.
Yeah, so we were waiting outside, and remember when I said that, oh, I don't think we're the only ones waiting? Yeah, we were the only ones waiting, turned out. So at one point I said to Ian, shall we just go in? And he said, yeah, okay, let's see. So I did ask, are you open? So atmosphere, what would you say?
Yeah, like, I think
atmosphere?
The surroundings in it, it looks very rustic and like what you would expect a Scottish pub to look like. I think in that, yeah.
10, what would you say?
Definitely like an 8.
Yeah, I would say an 8, yeah. For the drinks, you saw like they had a big selection on like whiskies and different gins and yeah. So I would say maybe a 7, just because the next pub where we're going to has a huge selection of whiskies.
Right.
So,
I thought theirs was pretty big.
Yeah, but I think...
Is this one not like over 350 or something like that?
You're already spoiling. But yeah, anyway, we need to cross
I know we
here.
need to cross, but we'll go along with it.
And we paid £4.80 for, well, 2.5 pints. I think we'll give the final rating maybe at the end, because to be honest I don't know what to expect when ordering a half pint. The next pub we're going to is Wildcard. And a short walk later we have now arrived at the Wildcard. Let's check it out.
What do you want to try that?
I will try the old rosé.
Yeah, we'll try that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So what do you think
Mm-hmm.
of the? Is it 6.8?
Yeah, 6.8 ABV. To be honest, like the one we had before was a lot drier, and I thought this was
Yeah.
going to be quite dry because it's 6.8, but it's not, and it's a flat cider. It's not aerated.
So we paid £6.70 for 2.5 pints, and okay, it is more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, we do see like they've got quite a few like food deals on, and it's reasonably priced.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wonder if that is maybe because is it a local cider? We'll have to check that out.
I don't
Or one of
know.
their
Yeah,
specialty
we'll have to
ciders, because it also had inches, and I can imagine that was cheaper. So rating. Yeah, we'll give you our score below here once we've agreed on it. Off to the next pub, I would say. The next one, do you know where to go, Ian?
No.
I'm like all organised, looking at my
I'm
phone
just
all the
following.
time, and Ian is just following.
Just like
Exactly.
usual. I just turn up at the airport. I just turn up wherever we're going and follow the leader.
Anyway, we're off to the Griffin. Let's go.
Hello.
Pinches I've got in draft, that
Aye, that's
Yes,
perfect.
please.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, you've got the money.
Anyway, so we got 2.5 pints of inches.
Yeah. We're familiar with that.
Alright,
Because,
we're familiar with that.
And was it 2 videos ago when we cycled to Barlock? We had a couple of cans on the way as we were going.
And if you have been very attentive in the last video on gear, we had a few cheeky pints at the beach.
Yeah.
Pints of inches.
Yeah. Where you might have seen me drinking it in the background.
Yeah, where you saw Ian drinking in the background and I was chatting away.
They do a lot of like Sky stuff, don't it?
Aye, they've got a lot of like Sky Gold and
Yeah.
Sky beers.
I've never seen it on tap.
The reason why I chose the Griffin as an iconic bar in Glasgow is that it was built in 1903 and it is opposite of the King's Theatre here, so it's an excellent location in Glasgow. Also, it is a B-listed building and most of the interior is still original.
Cheers, thank you very much, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. So what did you think?
Yeah, it was a nice atmosphere. Good music.
Yeah.
And it definitely, like, I'm actually quite surprised at how many traditional looking pubs there are in Glasgow. Because we've been in places, do you know what I mean, but we don't tend to go to like,
To be honest,
because we're not
adventurous.
like tourist traps as well. I'm not saying it's a tourist trap.
No, absolutely not. No.
But they're quintessential pubs, and generally you think to yourself, if you're going out for a drink, you don't go to those kind of places because you know that it's going to be a little more expensive.
Exactly.
But I'm actually surprised at how many there are so far.
We have to get to real quick to the rating. See if we can agree on this one.
Yeah. So
let's say atmosphere. What do you think about the atmosphere compared to the other two?
it was quiet inside, but it was a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
I'd say it was what we're doing out of 10, aren't we?
Yeah, out of 10.
I would say 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
I never want to give it a 10 because
See,
it's harder to do it as well, especially when we've not been to all the different ones.
Yeah, that's true. We'll give you, as I said, like the final rating at the end of the video. I'm pretty honest, I would have said 6.5.
Why?
I didn't like the interior.
You didn't like the interior?
Do you know why? So it's not, to me, it didn't feel like cozy. In both other pubs, it felt very cozy, very like,
Right.
I could be here all evening. And that one was like, yeah, this could turn into a den. That being said, if you know another pub that we're not going to in this video, then please let us know. We're always on the hunt for like good pubs, and we always appreciate any suggestions. We got to Magna's. We paid £4.40, so I would say on a scale from 0 to 10, when it comes to price, I would say a 9.5. If I'm honest, I don't think we can get it much cheaper, and we're in the middle of the city centre.
It's really nice out here.
It's absolutely lovely. Right, let's go. That was pub number 4. We will put the ratings in
Afterwards.
below
Yeah,
here, or
but the only thing I would say is that it's a Magnus. It wasn't like so. It has to be like average because I'm not a fan of Magnus.
for selection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
In terms of cider.
Yeah. Anyway, our next pub will be Waxy O'Connor's, which is an Irish themed pub, and it's only a 6-minute walk from here, which is ideal because we really need some food. Let's go. We've got the church bar. Which will be this bar. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd seen on Google reviews that have been described as amazing. I can see why.
Aye, it's absolutely massive.
It was Aspal cider.
Yeah, it was Aspel cider. So selection, to be honest, I didn't see much of a selection. I would give it maybe a
7.
7. Yeah, let's say 7. Then atmosphere, what would you say for atmosphere?
I think it was nice because it was like an old church.
Was it an old church?
Well, it was like it said about it being about church, but it was very church-like.
That's true. However, I must admit, I said to Ian when we were sitting there, it felt like the first time that we were like in a touristy kind of area, which we are. You know, it was Queen Street, of course it would be very touristy. More of a 6.5 for atmosphere. Or maybe 7.
I would go higher. I would say 8.
8. Oof. So let's agree on a 7. It was £5.51 for 2 ciders.
Yeah, it's a wee bit on the more expensive side, but it is right next to Queen Street Station.
Yeah, I would say 7.5.
Yeah.
7.5? Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next pub will be the Horseshoe Bar. Let's go into the UK's longest bar. How would you rate this?
I mean, I've been in there when it's been like mega busy.
Yeah.
So atmosphere-wise, it was a bit lower than I would say usual, but it does have like a nice historic. So I would say like what, a 7?
A 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I would have said, yeah, okay, let's say 7. Price?
It was £4.40
Yep.
for 2 halves, so
Yep.
that's pretty cheap. So
But
£4.40 for a pint.
it was a Strongbow,
Yeah,
and
Strongbow
they only
or
had Strongbow, so
yeah, in
for
terms
us
of selection
selection-wise,
was pretty like 5.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And price was pretty good, so
price
I'd say
very
9.
good. Yeah, 9. Very good, very nice. Well, folks, we need to confess something. We didn't make it yesterday. After going to the Horseshoe Bar, we gave up. Partly because I was working today. However, we promised that we'll be going to 10 iconic pubs in Glasgow. Yeah, we'll stick to our promise, and we're now off to our 7th pub, which is Sloan's. Are you excited to be back in a pub to have a cider, Ian?
Are we having cider again? I think I've had enough cider for the rest of my life.
Oh no.
And it was only half pint. I don't think I've ever felt so drunk. Of 6 half pints.
I know. What is that about? Now, you will not believe what actually just happened. I got asked for an ID and I was shocked. And he said, well, because you've got you look so young. And I thought, well, thanks. But I only have my card. I don't have my ID with me.
Right.
I can't believe it. We'll come back
Maybe
next time. The next pub will then be the Scotia Bar. So that was Glasgow's oldest pub. It was really good. We paid £7, £7.94 for a wee wine and a rum and diet coke.
Yeah,
I think that was okay, yeah? Oh yeah, atmosphere.
Yeah, I think it was nice.
Yeah, I would give it a 9 actually.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah,
And that was on a
9
Monday?
because also they've got live music, I think,
Yeah, they were
on
starting-
most
I think
days
it was
or
the starting
daily.
to-
And then price-wise, I would say an 8. Wait, atmosphere, price, selection.
Yeah, I think they had quite a good selection.
Yeah, they had a really good selection.
Different ales in there as well, I think.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, I think it was very good.
So I would give it an 8.5. Our next stop is Clutha, which is only a minute's walk from the Scotia Bar. As you see, we're sitting outside because it's so busy. Inside, we can literally not get a table
But
there.
it's pretty small inside.
It's pretty small, but yeah, it's Monday evening and it's so busy.
They're already kind of gearing up for live music.
Oh, live music. There'll be live music as well. So atmosphere, I would say also. It's good.
It's always pretty good.
It's always pretty good here, yeah. In some of the pubs, we can't film that much of the interior. Like, for example, in the first pub, Ben Nevis, we were able to film much more. Just because we were the only ones there and we asked. However, now, because it's so busy, you know, we don't want to like just film people and walk around so much with a camera, which is kind of odd. Like, I would have thought on a Sunday we would have struggled much more with people
But on a Monday.
than on a
But
Monday.
then maybe there's a lot of people coming into the office.
Yeah, maybe. would you rate the Clutha?
Yeah, I think the Clutha's always got a good atmosphere.
Yep.
So I would say 8. And that's pretty
Right,
much
yeah.
any day of the week.
Yep. I would say actually 9,
Right.
to be honest.
And then
Give it
um,
8.5.
it's
Then
all
price?
I mean,
Sorry.
I think for pints it's pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I think from £4 it says there.
Ah, right.
So it's went up a bit. But I think it's like £4 for a minus. For Glasgow that's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
And it's right in the city centre.
exactly.
So that's pretty good. So I would say like a 9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 9. Yeah, I would say the same. And what would you say in terms of selection?
I don't know, to be honest. I think they've got a decent selection of stuff on tap.
Yeah.
And they've got actually quite a good selection of rum. They had a
Oh,
lot
right.
of different rum that I hadn't seen before.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I still only got a Captain Morgan's, but I didn't know until it was I had already ordered
Right.
it. But yeah, they have a decent selection.
So shall we say 8?
I'd say
8.5?
9.
Right, let's say 9. Clutha might actually win. Right, do you want to guess how much this was? By the way, this is a small wine.
Is it? It's a
Aye.
175 then?
I said small.
Right. Small, but then she was like
Yeah, guess how much it was.
£10.
Ah, so it was £12.50.
That's a tourist tax.
Aye.
Is that a double rum?
No, I didn't even get a double. Sorry. We only got a single.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive,
Yeah, that's quite
even
pricey.
for Glasgow. But I assume it's probably because.
Because we're on a Gow Street, basically.
Yeah,
We're
but even
basically
then,
like down.
there's like pubs that I would have thought would be much more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So price wise, I must admit, I would say 5.
yeah. 4.
4, okay, let's say 4.5. Then atmosphere. The atmosphere inside is really, really good. Just now we can't really film a lot inside. It's really busy actually because it's more or less decent day today.
Yeah. But it's still nice. It's nice outside
It's
as well.
also really nice outside. So I would say atmosphere like an 8.5.
Yeah.
And then selection, I would also give it an 8.5. They had a huge like selection of like whiskies and
Right.
like the typical stuff that you have. Yeah. Price though, not impressed at all.
No.
Right, so that was Sloan's, and our next stop will be Steps Bar, which is only another 5-minute walk from here, so it's all pretty central. Do you know why it's called Steps?
Right.
Because of the steps. Very original, eh? Just the usual? We got again a small white wine. They only had those like bottles. Do you know what I mean? Those like small miniature
the
bottles.
bottles, right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So that and a single rum with Diet Coke. This is one of the very few pubs that is an Art Deco pub in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So the atmosphere is a little bit different, but you see like the sofas. It's all original. In Sloans, we paid £12.50 for the same. How much do you think did we pay just now?
£7.50.
It was £8.40.
That's pretty good.
So, price,
That's like one drink.
yeah. Price, I would say 9.5, I'll be pretty honest. On the same level as Clutha.
Yeah.
And then in atmosphere, I would say it is.
It's a bit quiet,
It's a bit quiet.
but the barman's a good laugh.
Yeah.
And I think I can imagine it's much busier Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is this reminds me of like an old, like it feels like an older pub. It feels like a traditional pub.
Yeah, it definitely does. So I would say an 8.
Yeah.
And then selection, they have got a good selection, maybe a bit smaller because it is a small, smaller pub. So I would say also an 8. We are now going to the pub that we've actually been waiting for. No, it's our favourite pub, and that is Whistler on the Green. And as the name says, it's just like Glasgow Green. So if you're visiting Glasgow Green and want to go for a wee walk and treat yourself to a wee pint, that's the perfect location. Well folks, that was 10 iconic pubs in Glasgow. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!